I've always taken my pride in my defense for sure, and it's just kind of the way I play. And I mean, I love getting dirty and sliding for balls, so that was just, to get that and be recognized for that is just awesome.
Welcome to episode 278 of Alberta Dugout Stories, the podcast. I'm Joe McFarland. It has been a whirlwind few weeks as the college baseball season winds down and we get ready for the summer season to really get going. We'll do our best to cover everything we can here as we kick things off with the news, where we start in Major League Baseball. As always, a check-in on Calgary's Michael Soroka, who got the start for the Chicago White Sox Sunday against Cleveland. He allowed 5 runs on 4 hits and 1 walk while striking out 4 in 5+ innings as the Sox fell 7-0. Soroka is now 0-5 with a 6.39 ERA in 9 starts, and as announced on Tuesday is being moved to the bullpen to work on a few things. In the minors, a look at a few of the guys we haven't done updates on in a while. After starting the year in AAA, AHP Academy product, Eric Sabrowski is back with Cleveland's AA team, the Akron Rubber Ducks, and he has been putting on a show of late. In 10 relief appearances, he's 0-1 with a .87 ERA and has struck out 22 batters in just over 10 innings of work. Vauxhall Academy alum Adam Macko was back in action Wednesday night with the AA New Hampshire Fisher Cats. The Toronto Blue Jays prospect picked up the win in a 12-3 victory over Hartford. Macko allowed just 2 runs on 3 hits and a walk while striking out 9 in 5 innings. Wetaskiwin's Matt Kootenay continues to be a solid contributor for the Los Angeles Angels High A affiliate, the Tri-City Dust Devils. He's hitting .276 with a home run and 10 RBI in 33 games while hitting in the middle part of the order. That first home run, by the way, coming May 7th against Eugene. Lethbridge's Kyle Bloor has made his first professional appearance after signing with the Minnesota Twins earlier this year. He came out of the bullpen for the Fort Myers Mighty Muscles April 25th and threw 2 scoreless innings of 1 hit, 1 strikeout ball in what turned out to be a 13-9 loss to the Palm Beach Cardinals. And it wouldn't be a week of news if we didn't talk a little bit about Matt Wilkinson. The former Dogs Academy and Okotoks Dogs hurler was named the Canadian Baseball Network's Minor League Player of the Month after going 3-0 with a 1.02 ERA in 7 starts. Tugboat also struck out 63 in just 35+ innings of work. Over to the college scene now, and what a couple of weeks it's been for Calgary Bucks alum Tom Poole. First, there was this.
The first pitch from Hammond, and the 9th is crushed into deep right field. Pointer going back, that's gone. Pats win it, 1 pitch in the 9th. Poole walks us off.
Well, that didn't take long. Didn't even have time to let the drama build. Of course it's Tom Poole.
He didn't miss that one. That ball blasted over the wall and right. Pointer did everything he could to get back there and make that play. Tom Poole ends it on 1 pitch in the bottom of the 9th.
And then there was this.
There's his 1-1 pitch. And it is drilled deep into right field. Way back! Way back! Pats win! Pats win! Poole has done it for the 2nd time this week. Four-3 Pats, they win it in the 9th.
Corner heroics, an electric moment from Tom Poole, who is the king of clutch right now. 2 in 3 games that he's walked us off in the 9th.
The episode 175 guest has been named the Conference USA Hitter of the Week after hitting 4 home runs, including those 2 walk-offs for Dallas Baptist University. DBU has now won 5 in a row, while Poole is now hitting .342 with 8 homers and 23 RBI in 34 games. Speaking of dingers, here's one that's been heard around the world.
There's a drive to deep right field off the bat of Micah McDowell. It's gone. And just like that, 4-0 Oregon State.
That was Dogs Academy and Okotoks Dogs alum Micah McDowell going yard in a big way for Oregon State. He hit 3 homers in a 3-game set against UCLA and is now hitting .423 with 6 dingers and 29 RBI in just 29 games for the Beavers this season. The phenomenal season for Reese Hemmerling continues. The AHP Academy alum opened up the Barton Community College playoffs in his typical fashion. A complete game 12-0 win over Fort Scott on May 9th. He gave up just 3 hits and walked 2 while striking out 5. Then Hemmerling one-upped himself by throwing a complete game gem in a 5-3 win over Hutchinson to keep their playoff hopes alive. Congratulations to Vauxhall Academy grad Tyler Boudreau on being named the Western Junior College Athletic Conference Pitcher of the Year. He went 11-2 with a 4.44 ERA and 15 starts, but the eye-popping number here, 122 strikeouts in just 81 innings of work for Midland College. The former Sylvan Lake Gulls hurler was also named All-Region, while the Chaps won the league title. Speaking of Vauxhall, congratulations to Riley Pierce on being named to the Mondac All-Conference team after a stellar season at Bismarck State College. He hit .349 with a homer, 27 RBI, and 14 stolen bases during the season. And congratulations to the Weber Wildcats on winning the Dogs Academy Mother's Day Classic. A shout out as well to pitcher Kai Rempel on tossing a no-no during that tournament. On to this week's guests, and we'll start in the CCBC where championship weekend is upon us. Okanagan College has taken the regular season crown with a 21-10 record, while UFV, TRU, and Edmonton Collegiate round out the top 4. But all 8 teams in the league will be in Lethbridge for the World Series this weekend. It is anyone's game, as proven last year when the number 4 University of Calgary Dinos knocked off the number 7 University of Fraser Valley in the final to claim their first championship. Edmonton hurler Halen Knoll wouldn't mind seeing history repeat itself with his team in that number 4 position. Knoll was fantastic again this season for the Hawks, going 2-4 with a 1.76 ERA and 54 strikeouts in 46 innings for a team that is very deep on pitching and coming off winning 7 of their last 9. Halen, thanks so much for joining us here on the show.
Thank you for having me.
It all comes down to this. CCBC Championship weekend is here. How excited are you to get things going?
Oh, we're so excited. The whole team's all fired up. We're getting hot at the right time, ready to hopefully grab a ring.
You mentioned that getting hot at the right time thing, and everyone talks about how the season is sort of a ramp up to this weekend. You did win 7 of your last 9, so how happy are you with that momentum that the team's built heading into the final weekend?
Oh, very happy. I mean, our pitching's held us in all year. Bats have come alive near the second half of the season here, and we're going to be a 4th this weekend.
It's been an interesting year for your team. You went 15-15, and the standings only paint half the picture, I feel like, because it seems as though every team could beat any team on any given night. Was that the feeling in the clubhouse throughout the year?
Oh, that's so true. I mean, this year has been a testament to how important pitching is. Every team has a really good pitcher, a couple of really good pitchers, and I mean, when you go up against them, it doesn't matter how good your offense is. A lot of the time, those pitchers will just win the game. So it's the championships is going to be a really interesting story. There's going to be some underdogs. There's going to be some dominant pitching. And I think whoever scores the most runs is going to win.
It's going to be so interesting, too, because I look at some of the games that were played across the league, and it might have been the 1 versus 8 team, and game 1 was like a 17-1 romp, and then the next one is like a 3-2 squeaker, right? Like there was not a lot of in between this year. It felt like there was a lot of everything this year.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, like I said, it's just everybody's got one good pitcher, one or more good pitchers, and like those guys will get you a win. Doesn't matter what team you're playing. So
now this isn't your first rodeo either. You've been through this championship grind before. So what are you telling some of those younger guys who haven't maybe been in a pressure cooker weekend like this?
No, I think the most important thing is to not play all stressed out. It is really different going into championships. Every game means so much. You just played the whole season or whatever, and you know everyone makes the playoffs. So it's not super stressful, but now you get into championships and every single game is so big. So I think it's important. The words I'm going to harp on is just keep everyone relaxed and keep playing the ball we've been playing, and hopefully we can win some games.
And obviously the big thing too, you look at last year and you had a couple of teams who were not at the top of the league in the regular season battling it out in the final. So does that send a message as well that it really doesn't matter about the regular season as long as you come to play for those 4 games during the championship weekend?
I mean, that's just it. Like, every single run you score off of a team is huge. Maybe they have to go a little bit deeper into their bullpen, and then later in the tournament, it affects them in the long run. Like, every single game is huge. Every inning you play is huge. And you just kind of got to understand that.
What's key in your eyes to making sure that the Hawks are winning that last game of the year on Monday?
I think our pitching depth is going to be huge. We're going to keep the games really close. Our bats come alive. We score a few runs early in a game, hold on to it. I think that is going to be the most important thing. Our pitching will hold us there. Bats hit a little bit, and I think we got it.
When you get your start or starts during this tournament, how hard is it going to be to take you out, knowing that you've been a 7 or 8 inning guy basically from the get this year?
Well, like, we have so much pitching, so it is, if I'm rolling, you can leave me, but you got to look later on in the tournament too. Like, you don't want me to throw 100+ pitches in the first game. Just then I might have a little bit of a weaker start the second game. So, and just with the depth we have pitching wise, I think we're obviously going to have long leashes, but I think we can trust our bullpen just as much as we can trust our starters. I think that's a really huge thing for a winning team in this championship tournament also.
Absolutely. On a personal level, a couple of things. First off, senior day at Remax last weekend. What was that like?
Oh, it was special. I mean, this team's been fantastic for me. I Coach Koff is actually the one who got me into the team to begin with back, I don't know how many years ago that was, right at the very beginning. So it was really special to be able to come back this year and play with the team and play my last Edmonton collegiate game with everyone that was there, have all my friends and stuff come out and watch. It was pretty awesome.
Did you find yourself pinching yourself just a little bit, given, you look out into the stands, you know what's going on, everybody's kind of celebrating, but it's also that moment of hard to believe that the collegiate career is winding down?
Yeah, it all comes to an end pretty quick, to be honest. Everyone kind of says it. The collegiate career gone in a blink of an eye. So, it was a little sad seeing that I won't be starting for Edmonton Collegiate again. But, I've got a lot going for me. We've got the Riverhawks this year, so I'm excited for that. So,
Now, you also took home team MVP honors. What did that mean to you?
Oh, it meant so much. I won it a couple of years back, and then I left. I didn't think I was going to win it this year, but I'm just happy that I was able to get that, and just what it means for me. It's going to be up in my sports room, and it's going to be it'll be something I remember forever for sure.
For sure. How happy are you with your performance this season?
Pretty happy. I mean, the start of the season was a little rough when we ran into those 2 good teams, OC and PBA, but I definitely hit the switch and turned it on, pitched a lot better throughout the rest of the season, and ended up pretty good. I'm happy with it.
I know you want to make the big memory this weekend, but if looking at it at this point, how are you going to remember your time with the Hawks?
Well, like I said, the Hawks mean everything to me. They started my whole career. I wasn't even going to play college baseball, and then, like I said, Coach Koff kind of grabbed me and was like, "Oh, this kid kind of throws hard." And I was back in high school, and decided to play the Hawks. So honestly, I owed it all to the Hawks program. I guess ECBC, Edmonton Collegiate Baseball Club beforehand, but just my whole career has kind of been catalyzed by playing with the Hawks, and the development I've been getting here has just been fantastic. And I'm really happy that I was able to play this last season with them.
Mm-hmm. You mentioned ECBC, and I wanted to get into that because this program has morphed and developed so fast. I'm wondering, how cool has it been from your perspective to be a part of the building of this program and to see it grow over the last few years and see what the future has in store for it as well?
Oh, I mean, it's been fantastic. Like, when we started with ECBC, we had, 18, 20 guys, and we're just kind of bottom of the barrel of the league, but we're winning some games and stuff. And then you look at the next year, canceled COVID, next year, canceled COVID, and then we come back and now we're the Hawks. And we've got still not a lot of players, 24, 25, and now we've got a whole junior varsity team. We've got 60 players, and the program's grown so much. The recruiting's been fantastic, and we're developing a lot of fantastic ball players. So just to see this program take off as fast as it did is so special to be a part of.
What's Jake mean to that program? Because he's been sort of integral day one dude who is now coaching, and not just at that level, but also up the ranks with the senior Hawks.
Yeah, Jake Lamferman is got to be one of the most influential people in Canadian baseball. I know there's the Canadian Baseball Network throws it on there around 100 or something like that, but I think he's way up there. He was able to come into this program and 3 years later have 60 plus guys, and we're competing for a championship. You know, we're feared on the ball field. And just like the manner that we play with it, everyone plays so professionally, and just the practices are very professional and everything. He's such a big deal. I'm so glad that he is my coach, and I mean, obviously he's gonna be my coach with the Riverhawks here, so excited to have one more season with him.
Take us into the clubhouse with him there, because I think a lot of people look at him and go, like, this is a freshly graduated student kind of thing who has really ascended really quickly into the coaching realm and gaining so much respect. What is it that he brings to the table from a coaching perspective that has gained so much respect so quickly?
Yeah, our base running's been fantastic because he was obviously an outfielder, really good base runner. So we've catapulted that way. But the biggest thing is that he gets in the staff that we need to get better. Nolan Weeger, like fantastic infielder coach, third baseman, and then Coffin with our catching coach, and Wyatt Hummel, pitching coach. Like, just a fantastic staff that he's brought in. And like I said, just the nature of how we play is fantastic. Everyone's very respectful, and obviously we get a little bit of chirps in there, but nothing too crazy. And I think everyone in the league can kind of respect that.
Is he a rah-rah guy, like comes up with the big speeches pregame, or is he a guy who kind of quietly goes about business and has those one-on-one conversations constantly?
He's a pretty one-on-one guy. After a big loss, he talks a lot, and it's really helpful. Like, he's very good at with his words and stuff, but other than that, like, if the guys are rolling and we're playing well, we kind of just go to the field and play well, and he keeps his head out of it, keeps us going, switches the lineups here and there, and I think everyone kind of builds off of that energy. Like, it's a professional atmosphere, and it's something that a lot of guys here don't really understand how awesome we have it.
Very cool. I love getting the inside track on what's going on behind the scenes and that kind of thing. So wanted to ask those questions. I got one final one for you. I know we had you on not too long ago, so I won't ask you the standard question about what baseball means to you, but I want to spin on that a little bit. What would it mean to you to finish up your time at EC with the CCBC championship title?
Well, my birthday's actually on May 19th, which is the Sunday. So I'm going to pretend my birthday's actually on the Monday, which is when you get a ring. And if that's the case, then it's the perfect cherry on top for the whole collegiate career. Throw it on top. We win the championship. I'm sure everyone would go absolutely bonkers, and just bring a first championship back to Edmonton would be unbelievable.
I'm sure the city would be absolutely ecstatic with that. And hey, happy early birthday, Halen. On that note, really appreciate the time as always. Congratulations on all the success you've had this season, continued success this weekend and beyond. And again, thanks so much for joining us here on the show.
Yeah, thank you very much.
We head back to the college baseball scene stateside for our next two guests. Gavin Fraser was never known as a blue-chip prospect, but was bound and determined to play the game he loved at the highest level possible. The Spruce Grove product did everything in his power to keep playing, ultimately earning himself a commitment to Saracoso College in California, where he picked up only 17 at-bats all last year. He came back this year with a vengeance, though, hitting .333 with 15 RBI and 9 stolen bases, while playing stellar defense en route to being named second-team All-Conference and a Gold Glove recipient. Fraser's back home now, ready to suit up for the Edmonton Prospects this summer. Gavin, thanks so much for joining us here on the show.
Thanks for having me.
Let's start here. Gavin Fraser, second team all-conference. How does that sound?
Awesome. I mean, last year I got 20 at-bats, and then this year to come out and get 140 or whatever I had and end up all-conference team, that's amazing.
Absolutely. What went through your mind when you heard that you were being recognized with that?
Honestly, I was surprised. I had a little bit of a slow start to the season, but I picked it up a lot in conference play, and it was surprising. I kind of ruled it out of my mind, and hearing that I got that honor was amazing. First thing I did was call Dad.
Absolutely. Not just that, but you're also given a gold glove for your efforts. What did that honor mean to you?
That means more. I've always taken my pride in my defense for sure, and it's just kind of the way I play. And I mean, I love getting dirty and sliding for balls, so that was just, to get that and be recognized for that is just awesome.
The stats kind of speak for themselves. 333 with 15 RBI, 9 stolen bases in 37 games. But particularly what I noticed, 17 hits in the last 6 games. Looking back on the season as a whole, how would you grade your own performance?
In the end, it feels like I should put it as an A because I played so well, but I'd say a B. I feel like I started slow, but I kept myself afloat by playing really good defense and keeping myself in the lineup. And just doing the little things the right way, I feel like that's so important. When you're not playing at your best, you got to be able to help your team in any way you can, even if it's the little things. If it's cutting a ball just in time so a guy doesn't get an extra base, anything you can just to keep the team afloat and keep yourself in the lineup until you can heat up at the plate.
What was key to your success when you look at the season as a whole?
Defensively, key to my success was just having confidence. I feel like that's the biggest thing on defense is you want the ball every time. Even if you had a day where you have 2 errors, I feel like having enough confidence to want the next ball is key on defense. And offensively, I feel like, man, having just rhythm and flow at the plate. I feel like at the start of the year I was a little stuck up at the plate and not being selected for my own pitch. But once I got enough confidence to just be I'm just going to bang this next pitch, that's when I felt like I really got some success going.
How much of that, especially we mentioned the first half of the season at the plate, was kind of getting into a rhythm and routine, right? Because as you mentioned, you didn't get a lot of playing time in the first year. So this is kind of your first year of really being the go-to everyday player.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like when I got a nice 60, 70 at bats under my belt, it just became so much easier. Obviously, we get back from Christmas and we only have a couple weeks before season starts, so I didn't see a bunch of live pitching right away. And after I got those 60, 70 at bats, I just felt way more confident at the plate. I feel like I could see every pitch, and every pitch I wanted to hit, I could hit where I wanted it. So I feel like that's part of it, is getting a routine of just seeing pitches every day and playing. And then we would play lots of games. There'd be a 1 game and then an off day, then 1 game and an off day. And I feel like having that day after each game to kind of reflect and get ready for the next one was awesome. It was a great routine.
Mm-hmm. Looking back on the spring as a whole, how are you personally going to remember it?
Awesome. I mean, as a team, it sucked. We had some not some internal problems a little bit, where it was kind of we maybe didn't hold each other accountable enough to get where we wanted to be. But I mean, it was great dudes. I met some of my best friends now this year, and I'm going to remember it as one of my favorite years so far, for sure.
Looking ahead, I know that you're scouting out potential 4-year schools. What do you need to do to get your game to the next level? What kinds of things are you going to be working on during the summer? And then obviously, and we'll get to that in a minute, but looking into the winter and beyond, what are you looking to work on to make sure that you're a contributing member right out of the gate wherever you land?
First thing I want to do is add a little more pop to my bat. I want to get into the gym and work on my upper body some more. I've got great legs and I can run, and I feel like I just need to work on finding a way to incorporate it into my swing and just getting stronger in my upper body so I can get more pop at the plate, and working on my arm. I feel like your arm can always do better. So,
a couple of good goals to have. Looking back, let's go back in time here a little bit and talk about your start in baseball. How'd you get into the game in the first place?
Mom and Dad love baseball. I mean, as long as I can remember, Mom's always worn a Blue Jays hat, and Dad always worn a baseball hat. He's got no hair, so he's got to hide it.
Got to take the shot at him when you can, right?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I played hockey and baseball growing up. I mean, I love it too. I love hockey more now than I did. I wish I didn't quit as early as I did, but I mean, I picked baseball and now I love it more. So that's awesome.
What was it about the game of baseball that made you go, I want to chase that?
There's something about like making a nice play or like barreling a ball that just, it's different. It's different than anything else.
Did you have a favorite player or team growing up?
Nowadays, it's Bo Bichette, which he's kind of like my idol. But growing up, I watched Ryan Goins a lot. He was awesome to watch defensively.
Clearly, you were a Blue Jays fan growing up. What was it when you were a young kid that made you go, yeah, this is fun?
I feel like part of that, like I've always kind of been like twitchy. And so that like ability to like, how it's kind of like slow and then it like, for like just a couple seconds, it picks up really fast. I feel like that's something that just like really kept me in it. Like you can hit a ball and then you get to run it as fast as you can. Like where else do you get to run as fast as you can all the time? Like, and then have the energy to run as fast as you can again. I feel like that's something that really sticks with me for sure.
One of the things I've also heard about you is that you might not have been the most talented on the teams that you played on, but you were always all about learning, enjoying, and playing. Talk about your mindset going into playing the game of baseball when you were growing up.
Yeah, for sure. I was small. I mean, still not the biggest guy. I'm not the most talented, and I wasn't blessed with a 90-plus arm. But I mean, just like I feel like if you always like focus on learning and getting better, like you're gonna be okay. Especially for like young kids out there. Like I don't know, maybe 5'2" growing up, and I grew to 5'6" maybe in like 10th grade, and then I haven't grown since or so. I'm about 5'8". But like I always got told I was too small, and like I got cut from a couple teams growing up just because I was too small or I wasn't ready yet, and I just kept to it, and that really motivated me to like keep going and learn. And I mean, I went to St. Francis Xavier Baseball Academy, and that really helped me learn a lot. Over 5 years, I learned a lot, and just being able to play baseball every day helped me like keep in like a rhythm where it was like I wasn't like losing any progress over the winter because I wasn't playing. But I feel like that helped me stay to my grind and keep to myself. Like there's so much about like you don't have to show anyone else what you're doing. Like it's okay to like work in silence and like keep your head down and just work. And I feel like that's really important, especially for kids nowadays with social media. Like it's easy to put a lot of stuff out there, but in the end, it's what you're doing behind it.
I'm curious, when you get cut from teams like that, I think a lot of kids would go, okay, well, I guess the dream is over. Yet you kept going. What was it that drove you to say, listen, I'm gonna make the best of this, and I'm gonna do the best I can, and I'm gonna try to chase this dream no matter what anybody else tells me I can and can't do?
Honestly, my parents have a big influence on that. Like I always want to impress them for sure, and I love them to death, and they give me so many opportunities. So why waste those opportunities? I feel like they both grew up on farms. They didn't get the opportunities that I get, and like if they're gonna give me these chances, like I gotta take the absolute most of them. And so when I got cut in Pee Wee early on, I played house league Pee Wee my first year, and then I played Double A my first year at Bantam, and I played Double A my first year in midget. I never made a Triple A team right away, and I feel like part of it was just I had some good friends too that I played Double A with, so that really helped keep me motivated and like want to play. And I feel like my parents are such a big influence on that. There's so much I want to do for them, and I feel like the best thing I can do for them right now is let them watch me play and play on this to the best I can. I mean, my dad came down so much this year to watch me. It was awesome. And just, I've never seen a smile like that. So watch me play. So that definitely helps.
Very cool. Do you remember when it turned for you, when it went from, okay, this is a fun game and all, to, hey, maybe I can chase this at a college level?
Probably like around the COVID year, like right after COVID. My first year of midget, I played my, I don't know, I maybe hit my weight. I don't know, I didn't hit very well. And I played defensively really good. I played second to start the year, then I moved to short, and I just hit in the 9-hole every game. And yeah, I maybe hit my weight, and I don't know, it wasn't that much at the time. But then the COVID year, when lots of guys went home, I got better than some guys, I think, when there was a break. And then I realized I could hit a little bit and I had good legs. And that's when I kind of was like, okay, I guess I should start chasing something. And then I committed to Mount Marty and NAIA in South Dakota. And then played my senior year in Spruce. And then headed there, redshirted, left, and ended up at Coastal. So that was awesome. But that's when I probably started realizing I could play at a college level. It was probably right after the COVID pandemic.
It's amazing to think, because I know in talking to guys during the course of the pandemic, there were those who were like, you're setting up your batting cages in the garage or that kind of thing. What was it for you that kind of allowed you to get a step up on the competition? What kinds of things did you do during that time to really step up your game?
I was with FX still, so we had lots of like at-home workouts we had to do, so that really helped me like stay disciplined, at least like when it came to working out. And then we have a decent sized lot in Spruce Grove, and we set up a backyard batting cage, so that definitely helped. And Dad, his arm's cooked now, but he threw to me lots.
Shot number 2 fired. I love it. When you look back on the young career to this point, do you have any favorite memories or moments on the field where you just kind of had to take that step back and go, okay, this is kind of cool?
I think my favorite ones probably in my last year with Spruce. I got to play with my best friend in the whole world, and playing up the middle with him was just awesome. I mean, I got to play short, which, I mean, I love playing shortstop, and I remember we turned this one double play, and that one really sticks with me. Just a nice, clean double play, crisp, and doing it with him is just that really sticks with me for sure.
Absolutely. On the flip side, when you've kind of alluded to it, but I want you to expand on maybe that or something else. But baseball is a game of failure. Everybody talks about. But what's been that biggest obstacle or hurdle that you've had to overcome that maybe you're most proud of?
Honestly, for like a not like super big like power hitter, I struggled a lot with strikeouts growing up, and like I get like putting the bat like on the ball and like putting it in play, but I struggled a lot with strikeouts and confidence too. Like just being able to go up there and like not have to like worry about striking out now. Like that's the biggest like hurdle I got over. So much of my game improved when like I got in a better mental state. I feel like that's so important, especially in baseball. Like even from last year to this year, I didn't like. Physically, like I didn't change that much, but mentally I changed so much. My game completely revamped just because of a couple headspace changes and what I could do. And I put myself in a really good mindset, in a good place. And I focused like solely on like baseball and like on me instead of like worrying about like other things. Like at this time in my life, like I'm playing baseball, like I gotta focus on that. And I feel like that really helped me like get into a good spot.
Take us into your mind for a minute. And what was it about that mindset shift? What exactly were you focusing in on to get yourself to a point where, again, you are taking home a second team all conference and you are taking home a gold glove?
Confidence. I mean, completely. I struggled with confidence so much growing up. I was small. I got told I couldn't. It was a tough uphill battle for sure. But that, like, I met one great kid, and he's coming to play with us this summer, so I'm really excited to play more with him. But he told me one thing last year when I would stay on the bench all the time. He got to play as a freshman. He was all conference team as a freshman, and he told me one thing, and that's I'm one of the better hitters he's ever seen. And I mean, I see him, and I'm like, this kid's the best raw hitter I've ever seen. And he told me that, and that really helped a lot. And I mean, I hung out with him a lot this year, and I've never told him that he helped me a lot, but even just a couple comments from a guy like him who's like, at the time, like I look up to him for sure, and I still do. But that helped me skyrocket through the roof. That changed me completely.
Very cool. It sounds to me like being able to surround yourself with people who lift you up versus drag you down has really made a difference in your career trajectory.
Oh, for sure.
Looking ahead now, you're heading home this summer. You're actually just arrived home in the last 24 hours or so. You're playing with the Edmonton Prospects this summer. How excited are you for that opportunity?
I'm so excited to be home. I haven't been home for like a stretch more than 2 weeks in like 3 years. So that's going to be awesome to be able to stay at home and see my family and my dogs for sure. And I'm so excited. I mean, Blundell's a great guy. I mean, I've known him for a long time now, so I'm excited to play for him. And I mean, he's always been asking me to go play for them a little bit, and I decided this was the year to go and commit to it. So I think it'll be fun. I mean, I know lots of guys that are playing for other teams in the WCBL, so it'll be awesome to see some of them, some guys that I played with and against in my college days now. So I'm excited. It's going to be awesome.
Very cool. What's it mean to you to be able to play summer collegiate ball, not just in your home province, but right around your own hometown?
Oh, so much. I mean, lots of guys don't get that opportunity. Lots of the guys on my team this year are traveling somewhere else completely away from home. And I mean, it's not that I'm a stranger to it now, but I mean, it's awesome to be home and still to see people you love all the time.
Now that you're back home, obviously mission number one is to raid mom and dad's fridge and pantry. But two, what is the go-to meal? Like, what's that one thing that when you wake up in the morning, you're like, Mom, Dad, I need you to make this for supper?
My favorite meal growing up is like mashed potatoes and steak. That's my favorite one. And Dad will throw the steaks on, Mom throws the potatoes on, and then I ignore the vegetables and pretend they're not there. And that's my favorite one for sure.
How do you like your steak?
Kind of like a medium. I feel like kind of right in the middle.
That's a good choice. I don't know how anybody can do the really, really rare, and on the flip side, I don't like eating shoe leathers. So
Exactly.
There's that side too. What's next for you? I mean, obviously you're still scouting out college team, 4-year opportunities and that kind of thing. But what kinds of things are on your to-do list over the next 12 months or so?
I feel like I said, I want to get in the gym a little bit more and work on my upper body. I feel like I spend so much time working on my legs that I should mix in the upper body some more. I can really jump, so I love jumping in the gym. So I need to stay away from that a little bit and work on my upper body, but that's a big one. I want to improve on my scholar game. I feel like this season, playing every game and mixing, having the school to do as well. I feel like I didn't do the best job mixing it together, and so I need to find that happy medium next year for sure, and just advancing as a better player and in a better mental state too. I feel like you can always get better mentally and physically, so I feel like that's something I just need to keep working on and get my arms stronger for sure. That's something that I want.
Couple of solid goals for you for sure. A couple more questions for you before we let you go, Gavin. First off, you're getting to play back at home again this summer, and you're probably going to get a chance to come across some of those young kids who are just starting out on their baseball journeys, and they're looking for advice or words of wisdom on how to get to where you're at now. What are you telling them?
It's kind of simple, but don't give up. You're gonna run into obstacles, and there's gonna be rocks on the path, and I mean, some of them are going to be big and some of them are just going to be little pebbles, but you got to just keep going. I mean, it doesn't matter what happens. If you have a dream, you got to keep chasing it. I mean, what's the point without a dream?
Absolutely. And the final one that we ask everybody here on the show, Gavin, what does the game of baseball mean to you?
It means a lot to me. I mean, right now it feels almost like it's my life. I mean, I spend every day going to the field and trying to get better every single day. Keeps you disciplined, and I mean, I absolutely love it.
Well, we've loved having you on the show and getting to learn more about your journey. Gavin, congrats on all the successes and the accolades this spring. Continued success this summer and beyond. And again, thank you so much for joining us here on the show.
Thank you so much for having me. It was an honor.
And finally, Jimmy Dionne had a freshman season to remember with Howard College this year, hitting .420 with 5 homers and 36 RBI in 32 games for the Hawks. The Quebec City product has been highly touted for a while now, having moved to Dogs Academy in high school, then playing at the Canadian Future Showcase as well as the Canadian Junior National Team. We caught up with Dionne ahead of last weekend's playoff run, which ended against Midland College.
Jimmy, thanks so much for joining us here on the show.
Oh yeah, how's it going?
It is going fantastic, and I gotta tell you, it's not as good as what's shaping up for you over at Howard. Let's start there. What a year you're having. The stats kind of speak for themselves, but how are you feeling about the season so far?
I'm feeling absolutely great. We have a great team. Our team chemistry is really good. We've been working hard for the season, like all fall, all until we came back from Christmas, and I think it was meant to happen. Like, our team chemistry is awesome. We've been playing for each other, and that's what happens when everybody's there for each other.
There's always been a bit of a learning curve when you come in as a freshman, yet it seems like you've been handling it pretty well. How have you felt about that transition from high school to college?
Yeah, it's really hard at first. You come to college and you see these sophomores. They're all big guys, and you're like, oh, I'm just a freshman. But you get used to it pretty quickly. Like, we all learn to train hard in the fall, and we kind of get into each other with the sophomores too. So you get used to it pretty quickly, and then competition comes, and yeah, you're getting used to things a lot.
What was the biggest transition maybe that you had to face?
I don't know. It's pretty much a competition, but it's something that you get used to pretty quickly. That's pretty much the biggest transition we had to face.
Have you exceeded your own expectations at all this season?
Oh yeah, I did. My expectations was, like, I was primarily wanted to getting a better player of myself and just getting better skills, and now everything is going more than I expected, and season is doing really good right now, and I just hope it's going to keep going for regionals like that.
I know the postseason awards haven't been handed out yet, but it'd be hard to be thinking that you can't be in the running for some of those awards, whether it be an all-conference, all-region, that kind of thing. What would that mean to you if you were to be named?
Yeah, that would be awesome, honestly. Like, it's something I'm looking forward to. Like, I think I worked hard enough for that, and I had a pretty good season, so I'll just wait on what's going to happen, but that would mean a lot to me.
As we record this, as you mentioned, you're heading to regionals. How excited are you to get things going there?
It's going to be awesome, honestly. All of our team is so excited to go. Like, we're all pumped up. Like, facing great teams like McLennan and Waterford is going to be awesome. So, yeah, we're a little bit stressed, but it's excitation.
The team went 32-19 overall this year. How's everyone feeling about this year's squad as a whole and what it's capable of doing?
Yeah, it's a big team. They have good pitchers. They have good hitting, but I'm pretty confident in our chance too. Like, we're a really good team. I think it's going to be a great game of baseball.
Obviously, playoff baseball is a different beast. Do you have any expectations of yourself going into regionals and beyond?
Yeah, honestly, I'm just going to tell myself I'm going to keep doing the same thing. Like, baseball is still a game. You go there to have fun and compete, you know?
Let's get into that fun and your baseball past a little bit here. You're the product of Quebec. What got you into the game in the first place?
My dad was pretty much the someone that got me in the game. Like, he played his whole life, too. He went to college. He played professional. He handed me a bat when I was, 3 years old, and I pretty much fell in love with it since right then.
Did you have a favorite player or team when you were growing up? Maybe a poster on the wall, that kind of thing?
Yeah, well, I've always been a Blue Jays fan since I was young. And, I'm Canadian. Got to stick to my colors.
Absolutely. Were you a multi-sport guy growing up, or was it all baseball all the time?
Yeah, I used to be a hockey player when I was young. I was doing both. So hockey in the winter and baseball in the summer.
What made it turn for you when you said, okay, let's focus mainly on baseball?
Yeah, well, it was getting hard on the body, honestly, and I knew that when I was about to stop hockey, I knew that baseball was my future, and I told myself, okay, I think it's time to stop, and I'm going to focus on baseball if I want to train 100% on my dream. So I had to stop hockey, and I was fine with it.
Mm-hmm. Do you remember that moment where it flipped for you, where it was, okay, this is a cool game and it's fun and all, but maybe I've got a shot at something bigger. Maybe I can chase this at maybe the collegiate level or beyond? Yeah,
well, it pretty much happened during so I stopped hockey when I was 16, and my baseball season before that, I was yeah, I had a pretty good season. I was like, okay, I think it's time to stop hockey. So that's pretty much the moment where I realized like baseball was what I wanted to pursue.
And obviously you didn't just pursue it at home, but then you decided to make the trek out here to Alberta to join Dogs Academy. First off, what prompted that move?
Yeah, well, I wanted to try something new. So I was like, it was my third year at ABC in Quebec, and I was about to go on my fourth year, but I really wanted to try something new, and the coaches there asked me to go, and I think it would have been something good for me, so I decided to go, and that was pretty much my reason on why I wanted to go there in Alberta.
Was it difficult at all for you to move away from home to chase the dream?
Yeah, well, honestly, at first when I got there, it was kind of weird because it was my first time going away from home by myself. Not seeing my parents, and I was living in the billet host family, and at first I could get homesick a little bit, but I got used to it. Playing baseball every day there, seeing new friends. Well, it helped me like getting through these emotions, and yeah, I kind of fell in love with the game more there.
Mm-hmm. Looking back on it with 2020 hindsight now, what did that Dogs Academy program mean to you and your development, not just as a ball player, but obviously as a human being as well?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, when I got there, I actually learned a lot. I learned a lot about baseball. I learned a lot about like just being a person, like growing up. We did a lot of things there that like helped us just growing up as a person and as a baseball player too. So I really liked it. It's a part of my life I'm going to remember, definitely.
You mentioned the pride of being Canadian and that kind of thing. You've been able to suit up for Canada's junior national team. What was that experience like for you?
Yeah, that experience was awesome, honestly. We played in the best baseball facilities in the world, pretty much. Like, you get everything. Like, it was really one of the best experiences of baseball I had in my life. You get to play professional baseball team, like professional players. So yeah, it's a really good experience for your future.
I've talked to a few athletes who've been able to put on that maple leaf and wear Canada across the chest, and the word that always comes to mind when they get to put it on for the first time is emotional. They're very prideful of being able to do that. Take us back to that moment where you got that jersey or you got that hat, you put it on and saw yourself in the mirror. What was that like?
Yeah, it was awesome, honestly. I got to my locker and I saw all the stuff that was hanging on my locker, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna put it on, and it was time to put it on, and then I'm all dressed up and I go to the mirror and I'm like, wow, that is awesome. I can't believe I'm representing my country right now. It's like a dream.
Very cool, and obviously you want to do it again in the not-too-distant future. Let's talk a couple more things about your past here, and one thing I like asking is about those favorite memories or moments on the field. What's that one moment that sticks out to you where you kind of had to take that step back and go, man, I can't believe I get to do this?
Yeah, well, honestly, one of the good moments I had is pretty much last year. We won a tournament, and we had a tournament in Washington State, and it was my last game in high school too. It was my last high school game there, so I think it was really nice for me and important, because I think winning the tournament on my last high school game is something really cool. And after this, and I was thinking about my whole high school season, and I was like, it's done. It's time to go for college, and it was really good on ending my high school season on this.
When you think back on that team, particularly that Dogs Academy squad, what made that team so special? Because there's a lot of really good athletes on that team, but it seems like you guys really gelled together quickly.
Yeah, we were a really good team, really talented team, honestly. Every player was skilled, and chemistry was really good too. A lot of people that plays with energy, that plays with their heart. Everybody would no one from the team would be slow, and everybody would jump on the field and play with heart. So that's what made us really good. And in the winter, in the fall, we're an academy that works really hard too. So that makes how we play on the field.
How cool has it been to see some of your teammates from that Dogs Academy program go on and do some special things in college, yourself included? But you look at Terrell Chadwick and some of these other guys who all came together from different parts of the country to play at Dogs and are now doing some pretty amazing things in other college programs.
Yeah, that's really good to hear. You know, like sometimes I talk to some people from last year, and I see people that they're doing really good too, and like it's always nice to hear some things like that. You expect your teammates to do the best too, so yeah, I really love to hear things like that.
Absolutely. We've talked about the highlights. I'd be remiss if we didn't talk about some of the challenges and hurdles that you've had to overcome over the years. What's maybe that big one that's stood out to you that made you go, I'm really proud that I was able to overcome that?
Yeah, something honestly I always had a challenge with is my emotions. Like I've always been a big competitor, and this comes to like having hard moments with emotions sometimes, and like it took me a while. Honestly, I've always struggled with it, and I got really better at it, and I think it made me a better baseball player right now. Like, you know, when you get hard on your emotions, it's hard to just bounce back and get better. Like when you can control it, it's really easy to put less stress on yourself and just compete at a higher level. So that's pretty much what was the challenge for me.
Mm-hmm. Looking ahead, putting out the crystal ball for a second, what do you need to do over the next few months here to take your game to the next level heading into next season?
Yeah, well, honestly, it's just keep playing is gonna help me for next season. Just keep playing and working out, you know. Let's see how the season's gonna end. Let's see how summer ball is gonna go. So after that, I'm gonna be ready for next season for sure.
Fantastic. A few fun ones here before we let you go here, Jimmy. First off, when you're at the ballpark as a fan, what is your go-to food?
My go-to food before going to the ballpark, I'd say I'm a big pasta guy, so always pasta before playing.
Fantastic. And as a fan, what are you going to, like, say you get to go to Rogers Center for a Jays game or whatever, what's that food that you like to hit up at the concessions?
I'd say hot dogs. Hot dogs. Big go-to hot dogs.
Do you have a specific topping that you want on top of your hot dogs?
Straight ketchup. That's it.
Straight ketchup. All right. What's your go-to walk-up tune?
My walk-up song this year is "This Is How We Do It" by Montel Jordan, and he's been doing pretty good with it, so I'm pretty sure I'm going to keep it for a while.
Don't fix what ain't broken, right? I like that. I'd be remiss if I didn't talk about a certain little birdie who happened to get into our DMs and say, hey, did you notice how good of a season Jimmy's having? Your pops, talk about his influence on your baseball career, because he seems to be one of your biggest supporters.
Yeah, my dad always been my number one supporter. Like, he wants me to do, like, he wants the best for me every time. He's been working with me. Like, he taught me how to swing when I was young. Like, he showed me all the basics in baseball. Like, he's honestly always been there for me, and it's something I'm really grateful for. Like he got me for where I am right now, and I can be thankful enough for that, honestly.
Absolutely. A couple more for you before we let you go. A couple standard ones we have here on the show. When it comes to going back to whether it's Quebec or over to Dogs Academy, or maybe you're just chatting with the young kids watching at Howard and they're asking for words of advice or pieces of wisdom to get to the next level so that they can become you one day, what are you saying to them? What do you want to impart on them to guide them to that next step?
Yeah, honestly, like, the most important thing when you want to grow in the game is it's always playing with fun, playing with love. Like, never, the day you're gonna hate the game is the day you're gonna have to stop. So you always gotta be playing with the love, playing with fun. You gotta play like as a team. You gotta work hard for what you want to get. Like, it's always gonna be how you're gonna reach the next level. You can do nothing. You gotta work hard.
Absolutely. And that really, I think, segues into my final question. It's one we ask everybody here on the show, Jimmy. What does the game of baseball mean to you?
It means pretty much everything, honestly. I've been doing this since I was young. Like, I don't see myself doing something else than baseball. Like, it's something I've been doing my whole life. So it's pretty much like it's what it's stick on my heart right now.
Absolutely. Well, Jimmy, really appreciate getting the chance to get to know you a little bit here on the show. Congratulations on all the success you've had at Howard and even before that. Continued success going forward. And again, thanks so much for joining us here on the show.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thanks again to Halen Knoll, Gavin Fraser, and Jimmy Dionne for joining us this week, and thanks to all of you for downloading and listening. If you like this or any other episode, make sure to leave us a rating and review on your podcast app. Those actions, of course, help spread the word about ADS. Make sure to subscribe as well, as we plan to have a full wrap-up of the CCBC Championships, and we're planning a WCBL season preview extravaganza, so stay tuned for more. We'd also like to tip our caps to our Platinum supporters, the Okotoks Dogs, for all they do for us and for baseball in Alberta. Their season kicks off Friday, May 24th at home to Brooks. For more on our amazing teammates, head to albertadugoutstories.com/supporters. Until next time, thank you for all of your support online, on social, and on air of Alberta Dugout Stories.